one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Has Charlie arrived? Charlie. Our Toastmaster Minute for the day will be a short 60-second synopsis on how we can become better Toastmasters. Please help me welcome our Toastmaster Minute, Distinguished Toastmaster Philip Borden.
Thank you. Good afternoon. It's great to be here. I wanted to pass along some encouragement for our Toastmaster Minute in the area of persuasive speaking, one of our favorites, I'm sure. We always hear in Toastmasters about the importance of connecting with the audience. People say, don't just get up and say what you want to say, make it relative to the audience. Use eye contact, connect with the audience. What does that look like in persuasive speaking? Toastmaster Darren Fleming has written several articles and a couple of books, if I'm not mistaken, about communication style for the sales field primarily. He says that if you're speaking to an audience of any size, you won't be able to guarantee what everyone in the audience gets, but what you can do is you can identify your target audience. He says if you're speaking to an audience, you may have some people on the front row who are nodding, agreeing with you. They want to hear everything that you have to say. He says that's not your target audience. You may have people in the back with their arms folded. They've already decided they don't like what you're selling. They don't like you. That's not your target audience. He says your target audience is everyone in between, people who haven't made up their minds yet. He says if you can identify your target audience, make sure that the people in your target audience leave with the one main thing that you want them to get out of your presentation. You should be in good shape. Hopefully that's some encouragement to keep us from being overwhelmed the next time we prepare a persuasive speech. Mr. Toastmaster.
Speaker number one is a past division director. He knows what it's like to devote a little bit of time to Toastmasters. He will be coming from the Interpretive Reading Manual Project for the play. He will be reading a portion of a play that was written by someone else that usually has two or more different characters, in which he will use vocal variety and body language to distinguish the various characters in the play. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Alvino Smith. The title of his speech, Yes, You Can.
Thank you. Fellow Toastmasters, friends, and other guests. Am I to begin? Ring, ring, ring. Yes. Hey, how you doing, Mrs. Al? Oh, Dr. Summers, how you doing, Dr. Summers? Yeah, I know you're probably looking for my dad. I know y'all like to play golf on Sunday evenings. I hadn't seen Dad all day today. I know he don't go to church no more. I don't know where he at. He's what? Oh, he's with you. Oh, so y'all playing golf? So you're not playing golf? What? He's in the hospital. My dad? Oh, no, doctor. My dad can't be in the hospital. My dad is in perfect health. I mean, we go to Pinnacle Mountain. We climb it every week. Okay? The man's excellent to be 62 years old. I'm telling you, the man is in excellent shape. I see him chase my mama around the house naked all the time. Well, she ain't all the way naked when she run past me. He had a what? A stroke. My dad? A stroke? You mean like the stroke where you can't talk and stuff? Well, where is he now? I'm on my way there. Now listen, Al. Before you go in, you have to understand that your father has had a major stroke. You understand that? When I say major, I mean out of the 28 years that I've been a doctor, I've not seen one as bad as this. Now, when you see him, his face is going to be a little deformed. He may be kind of droodling just a little bit. You may be able to understand him. You may not. His whole right side is paralyzed. He cannot use a finger. He cannot move his toe on the right side. So don't make mention of it because he's a little sensitive about that right about now. So you go in there, just try to have some uplifted spirits if you don't mind because, dude, he's in bad shape. I'm just going to be honest with you. He may not ever walk again. He may not ever talk again. He may not ever be able to climb that pinnacle mountain with you ever again. Understand that. But you don't really know my dad. See, my dad's the kind of guy that says there's nothing that you can't do. Okay, he has what's called the be do have attitude. He told me I can't have a have do be. When I told him I wanted to be something, he said just go be that. Quit trying to go to school and spend 5 years for that, another 20 years for somebody to tell you that you are something so you can be it. Be it now. So I know that if my daddy want to walk, he'll walk. If he wants to talk, he's going to talk. Well, you hadn't seen him yet. Go check him out. Just try to lift him up in spirits. I'm telling you, all due respect, your dad's messed up. Man, Dad, you don't look too good. Matter of fact, you look pretty bad. Got the little thing rolling around on your leg, a little thing rolling on your arm, face all drooling. Do you want me to wipe that off? Oh, you like the drool. Okay, well, I'll let you have it for a little while. Can't understand. Say it again. Can you say it again? Can you write it down for me? Oh, you say you can't use your hand. Well, that's all right, Dad. I'm not even worried about you. He told me to come in here and give you spirits. I don't have to worry about that because I know you, Dad. You've been beating me up about positive attitude and positive stuff all your life. This stroke don't mean nothing to you. Yeah, he said it'll be a year. Oh, he didn't tell you that, did he? Yes. Well, I'm going to tell you now. He says it's going to be a year before you can walk. It'll be another year before you can talk. It'll probably be another year before you can ever think about going to a job again. But hey, Dad, don't worry about it, okay? Because there's nothing that you can't have. There's nothing that you can't do. There's nothing that you can't be, right? Because then what you told me, remember when we first started to climb Pinnacle and I can only get to level 7 and I start crying? You say, shut it up, dry it up, boy. Come on, there's nothing you can't do. Be do have attitude. Remember that? There's nothing that you can't be, Dad. And I got faith in you. You're going to do it. Now, they did say you have to go into a rehab center for about 8 months, but that's all right. I know you. You're going to cut that down to 3, right? Yeah, that's right. I figured that's what you were trying to say with that mumbling voice you got, but I'm not worried about that. I know they said you got to go through speech therapy. They said you got to go through occupational therapy. I'm not 100% sure what occupational therapy means, but I'm pretty sure you're going to figure it out. And then I know what physical therapy is. That's your legs and stuff, right? Yeah, I thought so. Well, listen, don't try to talk. Don't worry about it. They're going to take you to the rehab center in a couple of days, and I'm going to be right there with you, man, every day, because there's nothing that you can't do. There's nothing that you cannot do. Hi, how you doing, nurse? My name is Al. I'm here to see my dad. He's the old gray-haired dude that's probably chasing all the women around in his wheelchair. You know, he's kind of a crazy dude. He used to chase my mama around naked, but she wasn't all the way naked. Can you tell me what floor he's on? 3rd floor? Thanks. Dad, how you doing? Man, that wheelchair just don't fit you at all. Let me see you do something in the wheelchair. Oh, only your left arm works? Go in circles. Go in circles. That's cool, Dad. That's cool. Because I already know it's not going to be long from now that you're going to be able to walk and talk and do everything. They said it's going to be years. I know you, man. It's going to be done in months. Oh, I'm doing fine. I'm done with school. Job is doing all right. Mom's doing great. She says she's happy you're not there because you always chase her around naked. Boy, some pretty nurses you got up in here, man. I tell you, you going to roll around and catch them? Oh, you can't, huh, because you go in circles? That's all right. I know that right arm's going to be all right before I know it. I know it is. I know you, Dad, because you know you told me there's nothing you can't have, nothing you can't do, and nothing you cannot be, right? Well, listen, I'm going to leave for now, and I'll come back and check you out in a couple of days, because a couple of days I need to see something move. But I know it don't work that way for everybody else, but I know with you, Dad. The thoughts of Dad. 2:30 in the morning, week 2 in the hospital. Man, I'm depressed. I mean, I've lived a long life. I'm 62 years old. Been around the world 3 times, been in the military. Great kids, they all grown up, got their own life, everybody's happy. I can really die now, God, if you just want to just go ahead and let me die. I mean, Don't even know why you saved me from this stroke. I've gone through the speech therapy, and they said that I'm pretty much about to pass that. I can talk again now. I can't wait for my son to come back so I can actually physically talk to him. But man, this hand's just not working, and this leg is not working. So really, if you just want to just take me now, you can. You know, I'm a black guy. We don't kill ourselves. So you have to kill me. Not done work that way, huh? Well, all right. Well, I guess I better keep trying, because I know my son, he's going to come in here raising hell if I don't move a toe or a finger or something. You know, my son, he's a nut. But he got it, honestly. Dad, how you doing? A few days have passed. Let me see you move something. I knew you could move that finger. I knew you could move that finger. I'm going to give you a cell phone now. You can sit there and punch some numbers now, man. You the man, dog. I don't care what nobody say, Dad. You the man. So, 3 months have passed. How much longer are you going to be in here, Dad? Because they said you're going to be in here for years. No, son, it's not going to happen. I've already made up my mind. After the 5th week, I'm checking out. 5th week, Dad? The 5th week, I'm checking out. You're a bad old dude, Dad. I don't care what nobody say. Yeah, son, the leg's not quite right just yet. But, man, I got that hand back. I got my voice back. I'm ready to go back to work. So I'm getting ready to call my doctor, my best friend, my golf buddy, and tell him I am ready to go back to work. Yeah, this is Dr. Sum's office. Oh, yeah, hey, how you doing? How you working in that wheelchair? What you mean you checked out the rehab center? You're supposed to be there for years. Yeah, you're right, they can't hold you, and you're right, just your insurance, so you can do what you want to do, but Alvino, you're not ready. You know, you're the worst case I ever seen. You calling to get checked out to go to work because you work for the state, and the state won't let you come back to work without a doctor's appointment. Well, listen, I ain't going to just give it to you because we're friends, okay? I like you, Albino, but you know, you're a little messed up. Maybe it affected your brain a little more than I thought it did. How's Albino Jr.? Yeah, I know, he's a nut just like you. Yeah, nuts don't fall far from the tree, I tell you. Well, I tell you what, come on in. We got the next, and I'll check you out, and if you check out, then I'll let you go ahead and start back to work for the state. I think they got a good wheelchair program and everything. Yeah, you got it. I'll see you then. Doctor, what you looking for? I'm looking for Albino's van to show up. They parked right over there. You know, he kind of pull him out the wheelchair, and I hadn't seen him pull up. Well, Doc, he's in the lobby. With his wheelchair? No, he's on a cane. It's only been 5 months. There's no way that he's on a cane in 5 months. He's on a cane, I'm telling you, doctor. He's walking around nurses. I saw him do it. He tried to reach at me a couple of times, but that right arm, not 100% just yet. If it was, he would have got me. Well, let me just check him out. Hey, look at you, Albino. Now, you know, one of the things you have to do after a stroke, you got to be able to do this. Can you do that? Well, look at you. All right. Well, let me see you lift both legs. Look at you. You did all right. You still need that cane. I thought I was going to have to sign a paper for you to be able to get in with your wheelchair, but it looks like to me you can walk just fine. You go back to your state job, and I'm going to sign it off. But I'll be telling you what, I'm not used to seeing this. Oh, well, let me. I wanted to give up, but I got a nut of a son that just wouldn't let me give up. You are years ahead of where you're supposed to be. Well, matter of fact, if didn't nobody know it, they'd never know you had a stroke. You're walking around, you're talking, you're moving your little hands, you're limping. But I limp sometime when I bump my toe. Who's going to ever know? Doc, you never know what you can do unless you try. I can do anything I want to do if I put my mind to it. Yes, you can, Alvino. Here's your paper. Go back to work. I'm done.
We'll take one step back in the agenda to our grammarian who has now arrived. He will give us our word for the day. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Charlie Simpson.
I apologize. That's what I get for trying to handle business before I come in at the last minute. So the word for today is overweening. Overweening. Try to find a creative word, which is an adjective that means presumptuously conceited, overconfident, or proud. A brash, insolent, overweening fellow, or exaggerated, excessive, or arrogant. overwinning prejudice, overwinning pride. This is my first time being a grammarian, and I am not feeling very overweening.
Overweening. I could have used that word.
As you have an opportunity to speak, please try to use that word during the day. Speaker number 2 has been around the HealthMasters block a couple of times. She has had many accomplishments under her belt. She's presenting from the Technical Presentations Advanced Manual, Project 4, presenting a technical paper. Her speech title, A Multi-Generational Workplace. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Antoinette Mitchell.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters. Any welcome guests that we have with us today? I am going to introduce to you in this technical paper 4 groups of people who are in the workplace, and they are called the multi-generational, and it's called the multi-generational workplace. The first group of people I'm going to describe to you will be World War I generation. The World War generation people were born before 1945. And these groups of people are represented by the latest census that we have as being in 2006 it was 12.5 million. In 2011, 7 million people that were born before 1945 are existing in our community or in the United States. 5% of them in 2011 were in the workplace. Do you work with someone who is over the age of 71? Do you know anyone that you're working with? Do. There's a hand over there. All right. Very good. We're still alive and going, aren't we? All right. Let me tell you a little bit about the message that the World War II workers would like to see. They would usually you will hear them say, make do or do without. That's their message. You do it or do without. They will also say, stay in line, young man. Stay in line, little whippersnapper. They will say, make the sacrifice. Be loyal to this job. Loyal. Their popular technology in that era was, get ready for it now, get ready. It was the radio. Not the TV yet, the radio. So let me introduce you to another group of people in the workplace that makes up this multi-generation. And it is the baby boomers. Woohoo! Yes, us baby boomers. We were born between the year of 1946 and 1964. In 2006, the census told us there were 66 million of us. But in 2011, it became 60 million baby boomers in the United States of America, with 38% of us working in the workplace. Do you have anyone in your workplace that is 65 and older? Do you know anybody age 60? All right. Okay. All right then. So in this multi-generational workplace, we are going to see what the baby boomers are after and what they are looking like. What do they want when they come to work? They want you to know that no heroes exist. Uh-oh, I'm so sorry. Uh-oh. They're wanting you to know that you can do it. I apologize. I am on the wrong line because that one goes with another generation. Anyway. Okay, and I am on this as a presenter, and this is happening to me, so I'll say, let's go with it, all right? The baby boomers pretty much are following. I can give this to you from my training and my information. Baby boomers were trained and raised by the World War II. Sometimes they're called traditionalists. Sometimes they're called it's another word for them anyway. matures are also their name. And they train the baby boomers. And of course, the baby boomers are doing just like they were told. They were told to be seen and not to be heard. So that's what they are doing. And that brings up to that, and that's their generation. When they come into the workplace, they're following what their parents taught them. They're very loyal. And they are worker hard. Sometimes that's why you see a type A. Have you heard of the other two generations, X's and Y's, talking about a type A worker who works all the time? Have you heard about that? Very seldom. Because we, the baby boomers, came in working hard, not looking for a pension, but we are going to get what we were supposed to get. We just look forward for you giving it to us. That's the baby boomers. And what is our popular technology coming up? It was a color TV. Help me out, somebody. That big brown TV. Yeah, so we have the baby boomers as being 38% strong in the workplace. Generation X. Oh, my goodness. That's my children. That's the baby boomers' children. That's the mature people's children, grandchildren, okay? So what are they doing? What are Generation X doing in this workplace? They're marching around and they're saying, you know what? This is what they say. They said, there are no heroes. We've been let down. We've seen our parents been let down. They were promised things and they did not get them. That president said, yes, he could give it to them. They made all kinds of promises. And look at my parents. They're without a job. They've been laid off. Generation X learned about their parents being laid off. So they don't trust anybody anymore. They were the first one that came home with the latch key. Have you heard of latch keys? That came across in Generation X. They were the first ones that also said, leave no one behind. Leave no one behind. You think that the matures and the baby boomers had some of their people left behind? I don't think so. Grandma would make me go back and get my big brother if I left him behind, okay? So it's a new generation that is working in the workplace now. And their technology, that these people, I got to give you their time frame, 1965 to 1980. What was their latest technology coming along? That big old white computer with the tube on the back. Come on. That was the latest and greatest technology that came about. That was right after the typewriter, David, where we got rid of the typewriter and putting in the correction tape. And the paper white. You had to use that paper white to do the correction. Didn't use the carbon paper either. Jana, put that down on my speech. They didn't use carbon paper. All right. So they were excited about the internet. They were excited about some type of technology. MySpace. Anybody remember MySpace? MySpace, all of that good stuff. Oh, and their message is, your opinion is valued. You can work as long as you want to. All right? So we've got their technology. Let's go on to it's 51 million of the Generation X's, and they represent us as I got this report from 2011, 32% of them are in the workplace. Do you know any Generation X around here? Yes, you do. I'm talking about some proud Generation X's. Millennial generation, that is the Y. Now they've turned them to X. The term is X, Y, and Z. And those Z's, we won't even talk about them today. That's a whole nother speech for me to give. The Z's are millennial generations. The Z, Generation Z. They were born in 1980 through 2000. I have a son that was born in that generation. He certainly does wear it well. The population in 2011 is 4 million, is what is reported. 4 million Generation, what did I say they were? Help me out. Z. Z. W-X-Y, Z. No, that's the Y's, because you're Z, X, Y. You're right, and Y's. Oh, my goodness. Okay. All righty, I got it together. I'm practicing. 25% are in the workplace. Do you know any of these youngsters that's in the workplace? Wet? They ain't got wet behind the ears yet? What do they know and what can they tell us? We've been here since there was an H in the health department. Come on, somebody. All right, then. Now, what is the latest technology for the Y generation. Somebody want to guess what it is? It's not hard. iPhones, cell phones, all of these things, apps. Oh, I'm sorry, apps goes over into the next generation. That other one, the Z's. But we've got the voicemail. We've got email that got so popular. I remember when they trained the baby boomer on emails, okay, in the workplace. What does a Generation Y say about the workplace or their philosophy? I've called it a lot of things, Toastmasters, but when it boils down, they are saying, do it your way. Do it your way. There aren't any rules anymore. We baby boomers grew up with rules. You must be in your house before the light comes on your street. When you go into the workplace, you must be on time. If they say 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock is when you be there. You do not expect to come in at 9:30 or 8:30 and expect to flex your time. We have got different philosophies for these different groups of people in our workplace. And of course, I want you to know there's conflict in the workplace behind this sometimes. The main purpose of this speech is to identify who they are and that we will accept everyone with all their differences, because it takes a team working together. The more diverse the team is, the better we can work and achieve. Grandpa got something. I have something. The young folks got something. Let's come together and put this together so we can make our workplace a good workplace for all of our projects. Thank you very much for this listening to all of my mistakes. It came from my heart. I'll hear from you, Marion, later.
Our third speaker is a past district director and a past area director. Even after being a district director and knowing how hard it is, he's a glutton for punishment. She signed up for it again. We expect her one day to step up to district director. She'll be speaking from the Competent Communicator Manual, Project 8, Get Comfortable with Visual Aids. This is a speech we've been anticipating for a long time. Looking forward to hearing. It's all about the accessory, Part 2. Help me welcome distinguished Toastmaster Joyce Biddle.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters. What is an accessory? It is a non-essential but desirable item that contributes to an effect or result. When I did my, actually I was going to wear Okay, what am I clicking on? Oh, let's do it like this. Hi. When I did my first CC, I talked about what is an accessory. And I did a demonstration then. I'm going to do a totally different demonstration today. Fashion accessories are categorized into two areas, those that are carried and those that are worn. Carried accessories include canes, hand fans, swords, handbags, parasols, and umbrellas. Accessories can include jackets, boots and shoes, ties, hats, sunglasses, belts, gloves, muffs, jewelry, watches, shawls, scarves, socks, and stockings. And I use most of those things, but you all know I don't wear stockings because, you know, once I started going into menopause, stockings was entirely too hot for me. So I don't do that. I don't do muffs either for the same reason. All right. I want to show y'all, I've told people about my shoe and purse closet. Now I want to show y'all my shoe and purse closet. This is part of it. This is the shoe side of my shoe and purse closet. Now this is by no means all of my shoes. This is part of it. This is one side of my cubby where my shoes are. And as y'all can see, those are some of my shoes. And I keep them in the boxes so I know what shoes they are. And if y'all see that, it has the shoe, what kind of shoe it is. Because I turn them on this side where it shows the shoe. What color it is and what kind of shoe it is. I keep them in that box for that purpose so I know what shoe they are. This is another part of the cubby. Like I said, this is not all of my shoes now. Now, at the top of that closet is where my boots sit. At the bottom of the closet is the rest of these shoes. So, therefore, this is not all of my shoes. I just wanted you all to see how I keep them organized. Now, this is the purse side of my shoe and purse closet. Now, I put a rack up in my closet so I could hang all my purses. Now, by this, like I said, this by no means is all of my purses. But you know they're hanging on the rack so I can see them all. Now, y'all can see now the color's a little off, but that's my orange purse, pink purse, silvery purse, yellow, green. There's another pink purse. And there's, you know, my multicolored purse. That's so I can see what color the purse is. So when I put my outfits on, I know where my purses are. Now, down here is a shelf. These are my you know, the clutches. So this is my clutch shelf. So that's the clutches. And over here, you can't tell it very well, but these are my wigs. So they sit on that shelf as well. I have a wig on today, too, if you didn't know. All right, now, this is my 4.5-foot jewelry armoire. Now, I didn't want to pull the drawers out so y'all could see the earrings and the rings and the bracelets. But there are several drawers to that armoire, if y'all could see. Every one of those drawers is full. Now, I wanted to show you, though, where the the necklaces are hanging. See how they hang? See that? They're organized. Now, I have to have them organized. I organize them by, they have a place. They have a place. If somebody comes in there and just hang them a certain place, I got to move them. This, for instance, this necklace has to go right there. Those black necklaces have to go right there. The silver ones go right there. The beads go right here. This is the bead side. These are the short side. And as y'all can see, my little bear and his little friend sit on top. Now, if you open the top of this jewelry armoire, that's where all my rings are. Because I have rings that I wear to match. Now, as I told y'all, when I went into menopause, I had to use these. As y'all can see, I have different ones. They match my outfit. Today's fan is this one, because I have purple on. I have purple accessories on today. See? Purple accessories. If I was wearing a hat, see, I got hats up here as well. Purple hat. See my purple hat? Now, I have a red suit that I wear to church. This hat would go with that suit. You know, this is a Sunday hat. It goes with my red suit. Y'all know red's my favorite color. Have y'all seen my car? Okay, now, I have a white outfit, but I also have a black and white outfit. But this is for the springtime. This is springtime hats. Okay? Now, this is also a springtime hat, but you can wear this with. I also have a multicolored sundress that I wear this with. All right? Now, this hat, I have an outfit. It's a sunsuit. It's the same pattern as this hat. So I wear this hat with that. Now, before the health department put this stupid, y'all know what I'm talking about. Before they put this thing in place, I don't want to say what it is. I used to wear hats to work, and I wore all of these hats. Well, not all of them. I didn't wear the dress hat. But anyway, those hats used to get worn. Now, our choir wears flowers on first Sunday with the white outfit. This is the flower that I wear. And you know, we have to be prim and proper in the choir and cover our legs. So I cover my legs with this. I got another one, but I wanted to show y'all this one because I think this one is cute. So as I was saying, accessories. I've lost myself. Once again, an accessory is an item that can be added to something else in order to make it more useful, versatile, and attractive. A fashion accessory is an item which is used to contribute to the look and style of the wearer's outfit. Using accessories can make anyone fashionable and stylish. Mr. Toastmaster.
The long-awaited accessories, part 2. Now you know the rest of the story. Since we had 2 extended time speeches today, we will skip tabletops to return us back to an on-time schedule. Our next part of the agenda will be our general evaluator, who will introduce our evaluation team. Please help me welcome our general evaluator, Toastmaster Brandy Roberts.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm your general evaluator today. Welcome all guests today. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce our evaluators for today. We have 3 speakers. So I'm going to have our first evaluator, Nicole Johnson, come up as she evaluated speaker number 1, Alvino Smith.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm very thankful for the opportunity to evaluate Mr. Alvino, who I'm sure is on his way to being Distinguished Toastmaster. Yes, you can. The title was very fitting, and the reason being it was very fitting was because you injected a lot of inspiration and encouragement throughout. You used something that was very serious. But you lightened it with the humor. You had quite a bit of humor that you injected, as well as the inspiration and encouragement, which was very much appreciated. Something that I would say could have been a little more different was using more vocal variety. Your characters all seem to kind of have that same voice. I may expect that a little bit from Alvino Sr. and Jr. However, the other characters that were a part of your play had the same voice. So using different vocal tones for each of those characters probably enhance your speech even more. However, it was a great speech, very well done. I always enjoy listening to your speeches, and I look forward to hearing you in the future. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Nicole, for the evaluation. Our next speaker was Antoinette Mitchell with her multi-generational workplace. And I am a Generation Y millennial, and I have my phone up here. So the person that was evaluating her speech is Ms. Jana Jacobs.
Multi-generational workplace. That was the focus of Antoinette's topic speech today. She did a great job of laying out uniformly for each generation a descriptive philosophy, a characteristics of that group, influences that shaped who they are, and the size of that generation as they're represented in the workforce. I really liked the way that she ended the speech by saying that although we all are very different, I'm a Gen Xer, so I'm one of those people that can be very, what's the word I'm looking for? Overweening. Skeptical. I'm very skeptical of authority. But she used some really colorful examples to describe some of those influences with the cell phones and the big computer with the tube on the back and the radio. It was clear that a lot of research went into the presentation in order to discuss each one with such uniformity on those same topic points for each generation. If there were to be any visual aids, I think she did a great job with her vocal variety and her animation and physical descriptions, just the way she carried herself throughout the presentation. If there were to be any other visual aids, I might say to make some graphs to show the differences in the size of those generations and where they are in the workforce. This is a topic that's very close to me. I love generational studies. If I had 2 more careers to go, one would be as a sociologist, but I think I'm on my last one. Fingers crossed. If I were to give any advice to Antoinette, there were a couple of stumbles, missteps, and miscues. Other than that, she recovered very nicely from those. So I think you did a great job, and I definitely learned something about how to work with all these older folks and younger folks. Thank you.
Thank you, Jana. All right, and our last and final speech for today was by Toastmaster Joyce Biddle. We're going to have Mr. Dave Rudney come up and do an evaluation for her, speak about accessories. Thank you.
You're about to hear the best speech evaluation you've ever heard in your entire life, and I'll not even be a bit overweening. Did you like that, Dewey? Alvino liked that. Now, fellow Toastmasters, of course, Madam General Evaluator, guests, and especially Joyce. I think that the saying, well begun is half done, is a great statement. I really liked how Joyce started with a question. What was the question? Right, what is an accessory? And I thought that was good because I was thinking about X, Y, and Z, and then I started to transition from zipping up, X, Y, and Z into accessories, which is sort of an accessory. I think that, I don't know what you're thinking right now, but that's not what I was saying. Adrian, you're having too much fun. By the way, I will never forget John Jacob, who unfortunately passed away, but he was an amazing person. Loved John Jacob. I'll never forget, he said, Dave, he was a distinguished Toastmaster. He was in Toastmasters like 50 years. I never forget what he said. He said, Dave, if you have fun, they will have fun. And I thought Joyce had fun. Didn't she seem to have fun? Alvino had fun as well with his speech. It was an emotional speech. But I think when we have fun up here, even if we make mistakes, we say, and Adrian's banging his ring, that's all right. Because we're having fun, it's all right. We have fun, it's fine. I thought Joyce was overconfident, maybe overweening. No, she wasn't. She was not overconfident. She was confident. She was strong. She stood up, walked over there. Her vocal variety was great. In my opinion, how the speech could have been even better. I think out of the gate having the microphone. Also, I was thinking about X, Y, and Z while Antoinette was talking, while fans and hats were up here. I think it might have been better if all that was pushed out to the side, so that way it's not sort of double things we're looking at. We're looking at these hats while I'm talking. So when I'm talking right now, what are you thinking about when I'm talking? Are you thinking, Adrian, I'm holding these fans up right now. Anyway, the visual aids dominate. So the words, right, body language, the visual dominates everything. Overall, great visual aids, great delivery. Commend Joyce, and I look forward to her next speech. Madam General Evaluator.
Thanks, Dave. Now we'll have Mr. Charlie Simpson come up and do our grammarian report and also our all-counter report as well.
I told you I wasn't very overweening today, but being a grammarian, we utilized quite a few crush words today. I think we exceeded a little bit among about 15 of them today. And it's hard for me to keep up with Adrian. I hear the clicks, and I'm wondering, what is he clicking for? What did I miss? So that lets me know that I got a whole way to go. Okay. So if you count the clicks from Adrian that I missed, it probably was about 8 more. So there go my crush words. I heard the click. I was just wondering, what did I miss? What was said? The word of the day we utilized 4 times, so continue using overweening and having fun with that word.
All right, and now for our timers report, Miss Alexa Walker, making sure we remained on time today.
Thank you. Good morning. Afternoon. Okay, today's word was by the grammarian was overweening, and overweening is surely a new word for me. So with the time for the first speech was 9 minutes and 39 seconds. The second speaker was 10 minutes and 20 seconds. The third speaker was 9 minutes and 40 seconds. The first evaluator was 1 minute and 40 seconds. The second evaluator was 2 minutes and 39 seconds. The third evaluator was 2 minutes and 32 seconds. The grammarian and the all counter was 1 minute and 20 seconds.
All right, thank you, Alexa, for that. I'm going to do a general evaluation over the meeting as a whole. So we started 1 minute late, just 1 minute, and that was going by the clock up there. Overall, everyone did a great job as far as the evaluation. Our speeches were great. On time, Joyce, you went a little bit over the time on your speech, but I can see why. You had 1,000,000 accessories at your house and also up here on the podium as well. So just for time, we're going to go ahead and turn this meeting back over to our presiding officer. We did great today. Thank you.
She kept saying that was not nearly all of her shoes. A couple of years ago, she admitted that she had 75 pairs. I don't know what that number has grown to by now. When you come to give us your final count, please don't be overweening with it. If you'll observe on the back of our agenda for today, Joyce has put next week's meeting roles on the agenda. You know now what you're going to do next week. If you know now that you're not going to be here next week, let Joyce know before you leave so that she can make other arrangements. We have the Division A speech contest this Saturday. If you are not busy, please be there to support the contestants and to be a contest official. A week from Saturday will be the Division B speech contest. The same applies. Please involve yourself. A lot of outstanding humorous speeches by the time you get to the division level. You can learn a lot from hearing these quality speeches as well as being entertained by them. Is there any additional business that the club needs to cover? Nicole?
As you all know, we were trying to obtain the Ralph Smedley Award, which would have given us a yellow ribbon had we gained 5 new members by September 30th. We did gain 1 additional member within that time frame, which was Toastmaster Charlie Simpson, which we're so thankful to have. And Dave is the one who recruited. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. Recruited him. So, Dave, you can choose from the items that we have. I want to thank Starbucks. Starbucks provided coffee as well as a mug. And as well as, and we also have a $5 gift card. Also, Larry's Pizza provided 2 free meals, 2 free buffet meals. And the Juice Bar provided a $10 gift card. So please support those vendors, those individuals. I will send an email out with more details. However, I also want to say, since we didn't reach the 5, as we recruit 4 additional more, those 4 members will get to choose from those items as well. So thank you all for participating and trying to recruit. I really appreciate it. And I'll turn it over to Dave. Looks like he has something to say. Okay, you're welcome. And also, we will gain a new member. So Dr. Mukasa will be the next person who will bring in a new member. He's going to sponsor Kavya. Right. So welcome, Kavya, and thank you all for your time. Thank you.
Keep in mind our district convention will be in Memphis November 4th and 5th. If you have not signed up, please go online to the district website and register. If you have any questions, see Joyce or myself. Charlie, you have a question or comment?
No, I have something to say about the contest on Saturday. Okay, now.
Come to the microphone.
Okay. We had a couple of, what am I trying to say? What am I trying to say?
Contestants.
We had some contestants to compete. Aaron finished second in humor speech. and first in table topics. Was that not right? Was that right? Yes. Right. For area B2. Right. He will go on to compete in the division contest on October 15th at St. Vincent. Okay. Now, Charlie didn't tell me that he's also a member of Chenal Toastmasters. And he competed in humorous speech. And he could, wait a minute. Was it first place? He finished first place in humorous speech. So he will also go on to compete at the division contest on October 15th. Now, I need officials for October 15th. However, because Aaron and Charlie are members of our club, you all cannot be judges. But you all can be timers and counters. Okay? And supporters, yes. And Adrian always wants to be sergeant at arms, so y'all can just forget about that. Well, we need two, but Adrian always wants to be sergeant at arms, so we need two sergeant at arms. So we need Adrian and a second sergeant at arms. Okay, and then we need 3 counters, 2 timers. So if you all want to do any of those roles, let me know. And Alvino, I need you to be a judge. All right.
Joyce, I'll be present. You can put me down for whatever role you need. Any other business before we adjourn? Keep in mind, Charlie, if you do win the division, they will expect you at the district. Have you already turned in your registration for the district?
I see deer in the headlights is what I see.
Please see Joyce or myself after the meeting to find out how to enroll in the district.
He does not have to He
Present.
only has to be present for the...
So you can attend just to do the competition, or you can schedule for the entire conference. There's a lot of stuff to learn, a lot of fun things to do, people to visit from 3 different states. Once you've been to one conference at the district level, you'll never want to miss another. I encourage you to look into registering for that and planning to attend whether you win at the division or not. That speech is a district level speech. Expect to win. Any other business before we adjourn?
Those of you that
Second Tuesday.
good, then now you know it's
Second Thursday.
see, at least y'all are getting information.
So you can't listen to what they say.
Move forward.
If no other business, it is 1 o'clock. Meeting is adjourned.